Speak, starting on page 86. Rent round 3. My guidance counselor calls mom at the store to pave the way for my report card. Must remember to send her a thank you note. By the time we eat dinner, the battle is roaring at full pitch. Grades, blah blah blah, attitude, blah blah blah, help around the house, blah blah blah, not a kid anymore, blah blah blah. I watch the eruptions. Mount Dad, long dormant, now considered armed and dangerous. Mount Saint Mom, oozing lava, spitting flame, warned the villagers to run into the sea. Behind my eyes, I conjugate irregular Spanish verbs. A minor blizzard blows outside. The weather lady says it's a lake effect storm. The wind from Canada sucks up water from Lake Ontario, runs it through the freeze machine, and dumps it on Syracuse. I can feel the wind fighting to break through our storm windows. I want the snow to bury our house. They keep asking questions like, what is wrong with you? And do you think this is cute? How can I answer? I don't have to. They don't want to hear anything I have to say. They ground me until the second coming. I have to come straight home after school unless Mom arranges for me to meet with a teacher. I can't go to Heather's. They are going to disconnect the cable. Don't think they'll follow through on that one. I do my homework and show it to them like a good little girl. When they send me to bed, I write a runaway note and leave it on my desk. Mom finds me sleeping in my bedroom closet. She hands me a pillow and closes the door again. No more blah blahs. I open up a paperclip and scratch it across the inside of my left wrist. Pitiful. If a suicide attempt is a cry for help, then what is this? A whimper? A peep? I draw little window cracks of blood, etching line after line until it stops hurting. It looks like I arm wrestled a rose bush. Mom sees the wrist at breakfast. Mom says, I don't have time for this, Miranda. Me, silence. She says suicide is for cowards. This is an ugly, nasty mom side. She bought a book about it. Tough love, sour sugar, barbed velvet, silent talk. She leaves the book on the back of the toilet to educate me. She has figured out that I don't say too much. It bugs her. Can it? Lunch with Heather starts cold. Since winter break, she has been sitting at the fringe of the Martha table, and I eat on the other side of her. I can tell something is up as soon as I walk in. All the Marthas are wearing matching outfits. Navy corduroy mini skirts, striped tops, and clear plastic purses. They must have gone shopping together. Heather doesn't match. They hadn't invited her. She is too cool to be nervous about this. I am nervous for her. I take an enormous bite of my PBJ and try not to choke. They wait until she has a mouthful of cottage cheese. Sayoban puts a can of beets on the table. Sayoban says, "What's this?" Heather, swallowing, says, "It's a can of beets." Sayoban says, "No duh, but we found an entire bag of beets in the collection closet. They must have come from you." Heather says, "A neighbor gave them to me. They're beets. People eat them. What's the problem?" The rest of the Marthas sigh on cue. Apparently, beets are not good enough. Real Marthas only collect food that they like to eat, like cranberry sauce, dolphin-safe tuna, or baby peas. I can see Heather dig her nails into her palms under the table. The peanut butter molds to the roof of my mouth like a retainer. Siobhan says, "That's not all. Your numbers are abysmal." Heather says, "What numbers?" Siobhan says, "Your can quota. You aren't carrying your weight. You aren't contributing." Heather says, "We've only been doing this for a week. I know I'll get more." Emily says, "It's not just the can quota. Your posters are ridiculous. My little brother could have done a better job. It's no wonder no one wants to help us. You've turned this project into a joke." Emily slides her tray across to Heather. Heather gets up without a word and clears it away. Traitor. She isn't going to stick up for my posters. The peanut butter in my mouth hardens. Siobhan pokes Emily and looks at the door. Siobhan says, "It's him. Andy Evans just walked in. I think he's looking for you, Em." I turn around. They are talking about it. Andy Evans. Short, stabby name. Andy Evans, who strolls in carrying a takeout bag from Taco Bell. He offers the cafeteria monitor a burrito. Emily and Siobhan giggle. Heather returns, her smile back in place, and asks if Andy is as bad as everyone says. Emily blushes the color of canned beets. Siobhan says, "It's just a rumor." Emily says, "Fact, he's gorgeous. Fact, he's rich. Fact, he's just the itziest bit dangerous, and he called me last night." Siobhan, "Rumor, he sleeps with anything." The peanut butter locks my jaw closed. Emily says, "I don't believe it. Rumors are spread by jealous people. Hi, Andy. Did you bring enough lunch for everyone?" It feels like the Prince of Darkness has swept his cloak over the table. The lights dim. I shiver. Andy stands behind me to flirt with Emily. I lean into the table to stay as far away from him as I can. The table saws me in half. Emily's mouth moves. The fluorescent lights glitter on her teeth. The other girls scooch toward Emily to soak up her attractiveness rays. Andy must be talking too. I can feel deep vibrations in my backbone, like a thudding speaker. I can't hear the words. He twirls my ponytail in his fingers. Emily's eyes narrow. I mumble something idiotic and run for the bathroom. I heave lunch into the toilet, then wash my face with the ice water that comes out of the hot faucet. Heather does not come looking for me. Dark art. The cement slab sky hangs inches above our heads. Which direction is east? It has been so long since I've seen the sun. I can't remember. Turtlenecks creep out from bottom drawers. Turtle faces pull back into winter clothes. We won't see some kids until spring. Mr. Freeman is in trouble, big time. He gave up paperwork when the school board xed out his supply budget. They have caught up with him. Teachers just handed in the second marking period grades, and Mr. Freeman gave out 210 A's. Someone smelled a rat, probably the office secretary. I wonder if they called him down at principal's office and put this on his permanent record. He has stopped working on his canvas. The painting we all thought was going to be this awesome, earth-shattering piece of art that would be auctioned for $1 million. The art room is cold. Mr. Freeman's face, a shady gray purple. If he wasn't so depressed, I'd ask him what the name of that color is. He just sits on his stool, a blue broken cricket husk. No one talks to him. We blow on our fingers to warm them up and sculpt or draw or paint or sketch or, in my case, carve. I start a new linoleum block. My last tree looked like it had died from some fungal infection, not the effect I wanted at all. The cold makes the linoleum stiffer than usual. I dig the chisel into the block and push, trying to follow the line of a tree trunk. I follow the line of my thumb instead and gash myself. I swear and stick my thumb in my mouth. Everyone looks at me, so I take it out again. Mr. Freeman hurries over with a box of Kleenex. It isn't a deep cut, and I shake my head when he asks if I want to go to the nurse's office. He washes my chisel off in the sink and puts bleach on it, some sort of AIDS regulation. When it is germ-free and dry, he carries it back toward my table, but stops in front of his canvas. He hasn't finished painting. The bottom right corner is empty. The prisoners' faces are menacing. You can't take your eyes off them. I wouldn't want a painting like that hanging over my couch. It looks like it might come alive at night. Mr. Freeman steps back, as if he has just seen something new in his own picture. He slices the canvas with my chisel, ruining it with a long, ripping sound that makes the entire class gasp. My report card. Attitude D, Social Studies D, Spanish C-, Art A, Lunch C, Biology B, Algebra C-, Clothes C-, English C-, Gym C-.